Well, we done fucked.
What happened?
Yeah. We released all the Zeddy.
Oh, okay.
Yep,
For a minute, I
we
thought it was.
kicked Eggman's conch, and now they're in full control of the Badniks. So we gotta escape to the tropical coast, or excuse me, tropical. Oh, is that what it's called? Yeah, tropical.
And
Yep,
I
it's
don't-
Tropical Coast.
and it's believed that Eggman is just kind of like hoofing below, like, Sonic, slow down. Whoa.
Even though I proved in
Whoa,
the Genesis
underwater.
days I can run faster than you.
Yeah, those were
Ow,
interesting days,
come
but
on,
yeah.
open up!
Well, really?
Hey!
The drill
You
does
just clipped through
the drill
the
has a
thing.
second. Yeah.
James,
Ow.
just abandon it. Keep moving forward.
Yeah, keep moving forward. You're not gonna
Yeah,
survive.
Yeah, I'm pretty much showcasing why the whole digging underwater thing was not a good idea in this game, and there you have it.
Ooh.
Yep.
It really did feel like such an afterthought, along with many other gimmicks this game does have. But yeah, now we're the egg pods.
Hey, nice to see them again.
Oh, they're so cute!
Now they've been classified as true badniks, and they're actually kind of tough. They've got pretty tough bodies, so to defeat them properly, just kick them.
So,
Kick 'em right in the can.
So a kick is a slower, tougher version of a homing attack?
More or less, yeah. Oh yeah, by the way, words to the wise, you can go inside those owl, fish, thingy robots. Don't do it. It's a pain in the ass.
Really?
Because you actually do take control of one, and it is like, imagine Super Monkey Ball on cement, on cement spheres.
Whoa, what the?
Oh yeah,
What just happened
oh
there?
yeah, and then there's crab meats. Fuck these things in Lost World, because they practically counterattack you when you try to homing attack. Just kick them.
Oh, that's what it was. Okay, for a minute I thought you were like glitching on top of them.
Nope.
Nah.
But yeah, no, like, it just goes to show, like, say what you will about Lost World, like, some of the badniks have definitely toughened up since the Genesis days. Like, again, those goddamn crab meats.
Yeah. I just still feel like the level design could be a little bit better.
Yeah, I
Same.
mean, I know for Lost World they were trying to go for the whole cylindrical level design approach, and I guess it's kind of cool in theory. In execution, it does lead to some rather flat level design.
In execution, it just reminds me that, oh yeah, Galaxy did this better.
Yeah.
Yeah, and even then, actually, it's funny I should bring this up, but a lot of people liken the initial concept of Sonic Lost World to that scrap Saturn game, Sonic Extreme.
Even though they look nothing
Oh yeah,
alike.
I could see that.
Well, they're only really similar in terms of, like, how spherical its level design is, though in the case of Extreme, it was mainly because of the whole fisheye lens camera view.
But like, I don't know, like the best way I can put it is that like this one felt like a step back. I don't know.
Devil damn,
Eggman's
Eggman's getting really lazy with these.
Yeah, they're just kind of hanging around now. I remember it used to be at the end of the level. Anyway, is that like it just felt like a step back for me because again, when I think of Sonic, I don't think platforming. I don't think parkour.
Even though it's a...
jumping and then navigating.
I'm sorry, I just want to say,
Yeah.
when I think of Sonic, I don't think platforming,
Sorry,
even though it's a platforming
sorry,
series.
But I don't think the platform like okay then I've never thought of Sonic as a let's describe it as I've never thought of Sonic as a vertical platform. I've always thought of it as we're going fast horizontally because let's be honest, whenever I'm jumping up and down to Sonic, that's always when the game slows down for me. And I don't like going slow.
I don't know. I mean, I guess there's that, but then again, I thought the Sonic Adventure games did the whole thing just fine. It's just that the level design could have used a bit of tweaking.
Speaking of slow and vertical, Cloud.
Oh yes, the cloud segments. And we're clearly upside down, but it's like, gravity works in mysterious ways on the Lost Pecs.
Oh yeah. A speedrunner showed me that it is possible to actually sort of glitch the game in your favor and make them think that you have normal physics on these clouds.
Really?
That
Yeah,
can't
you
be
can like
fun.
wall run up the clouds and stuff.
Oh.
Interesting.
It's difficult, but it definitely is faster than this.
Oh god, you know what? Kind of topical here. You want to know a game that did parkour physics just a wee bit better?
What's that?
Hat in Time.
Oh yeah, Hat in Time.
Oh.
Yeah, well the running up and stuff like it felt natural. You didn't have to have a run button all the time.
That does seem rather topical,
Right.
considering... That does seem rather topical, because as Logan admitted, he's going to be playing that thing throughout the entire Double A video.
Not all the time. Just I'm playing this very difficult modded level, and I'm still keeping an eye on the screen. And all right, are we still playing a crappy cloud section? Yes, we are. All right, back to you, James.
Yeah. For those wondering, we are going to do that game for the channel, but it's actually going to be our close friend Iki who's going to record it for us.
He's going to be doing Hat in Time?
Yeah,
He
even though
he asked personally to do the game for the channel. Like, he was so squeeful about it.
oh hey,
Alas, poor Cubot.
oh,
I
shut
knew
up.
him well.
I'm still alive, you know.
Cattywampus.
Alright, I forgot about that.
Cattywampus?
Was the only thing keeping those 6
Now they're gonna want to destroy the world.
Some sort of a natural inhibitor to their powers. Very painful.
And very
Ah, crap.
rare.
You have no idea how much I spent on that conch on eBay.
They can make a lot of money, including my mech.
I had to buy it from a sponge and a stupid starfish.
You know, jokes aside, they never really did explain how Eggman found the
Bumbling
thing.
fools didn't realize its true power.
And you know, it took me a lot of tweaking just for it to quit saying nothing to me.
Yes. But yeah, no, didn't the comics explain that? Hyde?
No, they didn't at all. In fact,
Oh wait,
hang on.
look, Orbot.
The motion is passed unanimously.
I didn't raise my hand.
I love that part. Oh my god.
I love that part because he just sounds so casual just then, like not
Say
over
what
the
you,
top.
I mean, again, say what you will about Lost World and some bits of its writing, but when it tries to go for humor, it usually does a pretty good job of it.
It
Oh, yeah.
does. I like it.
Well, when it tries to go for humor with Eggman and Sonic, anyway.
Well, yeah. When it comes to the... Well, then again, there really isn't much in the way of humor with these dorks.
That's the point I'm making.
I know.
Oh, hey, Master, even though you're the third boss out of 5, 6.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, he is past his prime.
True.
But to answer your question, Logan, no,
Also
they never
be-
really did. In the little comic that they made to promote Lost World, they never explained... I feel like I answered this anyway, but they never explained where exactly he got the conch from. All it goes over is Eggman's first encounter with the Zeddy, and that he used them to put him under his control.
And I guess that can make sense, especially since now I'm not gonna. Now I'm not
And
gonna.
the sad part is Zaz is allergic to mustard.
Yeah.
Oh,
even
no!
though now I'm sorry, now I can't get the comparison out of my head. It's like. It's
Apple
like
juice.
it's like Master Zik is Master Shifu.
Yeah, from Kung Fu
and
Panda.
Zavik is Tai Long. So I guess that explains why one's stronger than the other.
I need a reminder. Who are those characters from again?
Kung Fu
Master
Panda.
Shifu Master Shifu is the
Oh.
little red panda guy, and Tai Long was the villain from the first game.
Oh, okay.
And actually, now that you make that comparison, that it does seem fitting. Like, I actually can see Travis doing a pretty decent Tai Long.
Yeah.
Now, the real
So,
question is...
we haven't-
Who's to say he didn't do it for the movie adaptations? Or excuse me, the game
No.
adaptations of the movie.
Oh geez, we actually have the free aim.
Yep, we got free ammo rocket, and honestly, it's really not as awkward as you think.
What happens if what happens if
hi.
we miss the planet?
We die.
Okay. Don't
You know.
miss the planet.
We're going Mario Galaxy all over again, and that animal dispenser totally didn't pop in.
Oh, I can hear him already. I'm guessing you have to make
So
sure
who
they voice the
voices him?
spikes.
This is Kirk Thornton, aka the guy who voices Shadow.
All things
And
considered,
Orbot.
he doesn't really...
Oh
Honestly-
yeah, Norbot.
Honestly, Kirk Thornton is a pretty good actor in general. Usually not with Shadow, though.
Well, he
It's a
has
little-
improved on his Shadow.
Yeah, I like to think he does.
True.
I'll agree with you, especially in
Look at the
Generations.
Aw.
You've got this, Sonic.
I know, never forget.
Well, of course, never forget that. Everyone loves to quote that thing to high out.
I'm sure Corton doesn't think too highly about his performance back in Generations.
And look at this.
I have
Now
a
that you've been
feeling-
drawing inspirations from Sunshine, do you have no shame, Sonic?
Watermelon. Yeah, I know, right? I was thinking
I
the
was about
same
to
thing.
Back to you, Hyde.
I was about to say that
Oh,
might be
jeez.
a thing with Thornton and his older Shadow. Like, it kind of reminds me of how Roger Craig Smith has openly stated he really wasn't too keen on how he sounded in those Alton Towers things.
The what now?
Yeah, this took place like really early in Roger's span as Sonic. There's this place, I don't know where it's at, but there's this place called the Alton Towers, and for some event they have like this Sonic room, and whenever you went into it, you'd hear like these sound clips of Roger as Sonic, and they were kind of infamous for being, again, really early in Roger's career, so he didn't exactly have the voice really polished, so it sounded really kind of forced and awkward, especially when he says things like, "Whoa, check out the consoles!"
Aw,
Those consoles are cool.
they are cool.
Oh dear. No, we're not watching in the sun, silly. We're just going to that other cue ball planet.
Oop.
Careful, then.
Yep, be careful.
But yeah, honestly, like all the actors have definitely improved on their characters like in recent years. Like hell, I would say it started as early as say Sonic Boom.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I
never
mean,
really
say
thought-
what you will about that series, like you could argue that that's like their best, like the best that they've done with those characters.
I'd say I like it, yeah.
And even then, I'd say
Did
I
he
don't
say
think.
something about moisturizer?
I don't know.
Well, he is over 300 years old or something.
Yeah, he needs a shit ton of it at this point in his life.
Sorry, continue. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
That's alright.
But yeah,
Honestly, I don't even remember what I was talking about earlier.
she was talking to me.
Oh, here he is.
Oh, there's Zick.
He's also really easy.
Yeah, all the
Hello,
bosses
Zick.
are really easy.
Yeah.
I used to
Unfortunately, he
think it was
doesn't.
pronounced Zeke.
Is it Zeke?
No, it's Zick.
it's
I thought
Zick.
it was Zeke.
Yeah, because Zeke is someone else, I thought.
Unlike, you know what? Unlike Fi, when that whole pronunciation was revealed in Hyrule Warriors, this guy actually, well, had his name pronounced in his very debut.
I'm not gonna lie,
Yeah.
I thought he actually was gonna be like chopped up in that thing.
Yeah, I know, right?
Wouldn't that
I'm
have
like,
been?
how are you not dead?
And dead.
It would have been dried meat anyway.
Really? The student has become the master so early? It's not even
Yeah.
the fourth stage. We're already the master?
Honestly, all things considered, like, I get the feeling that some of these lines were just phoned in, like, when you defeat them and whatnot.
Speaking
Like
of
randomized almost?
Kind of, yeah.
Like from the last... Oh, hang on. Beautiful music coming. Okay, I agree with James. This is one of my favorite tracks from the game.
it is a good track.
All the yes. Very unfitting for this point in the game, granted, but it's great.
I wouldn't say unfitting.
Potential.
Well, at this point in time, it is. I'd say it makes better sense the second time it's used.
If you
Don't
insist.
spray it.
Well, don't spit.
Eat him, I suppose. Well,
Huh.
I don't want to imagine that, thank you.
No.
Also, I'm sorry, Zavik's lower lip is cool, but when you look at his upper lip, it looks dorky.
Kind
Eh.
of.
There's a reason why he has. There's a reason why he has a massive underbite.
I would say that I had taught you.
I wonder if it's sharp and pointy.
At the very least, he still has his teeth.
And they're about
Uh-oh.
to drain the entire planet.
Yep, and they're not even thinking. They're not even thinking about doing it in spurts this time. They're just going full on out.
Man's own creation.
Which again, I like that Eggman at least was like, we don't want to destroy everything. They don't care. They want
They
energy.
Yeah.
And he wants donuts.
I mean, at the end of the day, I'd still prefer some proper justification as to why they're doing this, but I mean, they don't got the
want
wrong
energy.
idea.
They want energy. They want to rule the universe. I don't know. But anyway, an auto. This is rails.
An auto rail. It's no, Logan. It's an auto railer.
Ha. This takes Railroad to a whole new level. But James, tell us about these levels and why you love the music.
Well, the stages themselves are honestly, I find them a pretty nice break from the usual actually Like that's the that's like the best I can say compared to the other times where they try to take a brief break from the platforming.
Red
But,
rails make us slow.
Yeah, the red ones make you slow, and the green ones make you fast. And of course, you got the regular ones that just go, well, you know. That being said, yeah, I remember hearing the music for the first time and like, have I fallen in love again?
It's very, very soothing.
Very, very soothing.
It
And you know
is.
what? And say what you will, and honestly, the percussion that complements it really does help it. Like it feels like it still feels like a Sonic song, even though the bass melody feels like something that's straight out of a Square Enix JRPG.
Yeah, oh geez, giant fish scorpions.
Oh dear.
Hi.
Oop.
Is that an angelfish?
I don't know.
Anglerfish, you mean?
Well, now the green rails make you faster,
No.
I think.
Oh yeah. Speed up.
Woo!
Which is kind
Oh
of
yeah,
ironic.
another-
It's like
oh, this-
the green rails are supposed to make you faster, yet there was a speed boost on that green
Ah.
faster,
Yeah.
faster. Also,
Broke your
apparent-
chain.
Oh, I was gonna say, apparently another glitch exists, James, that allows you to maintain quote-unquote 3D physics in the 2D sections.
Oh.
So A, you can jump around objects if you hold left and right, but technically you're going forward and back. And third of all, you may not notice it, but in the 2D sections, you do slow down a bit. Whereas if you keep the 3D, physics, you can go so fast you start jumping over like two platforms at a time.
Real quick.
Which is all fine and good, I guess, up until you start reading these gates, which I'm pretty certain have a hitbox of their own.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of those gates, I'm kind of curious. It looks like those gates are not wide enough to a point where you could clearly just, maybe barely, but still clear that with a well-timed double jump. Is that actually the case, or do you need to deactivate them?
You do need to open the gate. Otherwise, the hitbox is just high enough there that it'll clip through you, and you will die.
It's not
There.
good.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's no good.
Easy.
It's so good.
I would
yeah.
say. Oh, sorry. I would say these are like my
Oh,
favorite.
crap.
These are my favorite levels that play with 3D like this.
Yeah, agreed. And and honestly, it really does help too that you technically, like you can technically manipulate the rails to make yourself go faster or slower depending on the angle.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, like it's stuff like this where I look back on it, it's like Sonic Lost World soundtrack is criminally underrated. Like
Oh, the orchestrator,
this-
wasn't it?
Yeah, well, it's
Yeah.
mostly orchestrated, and honestly, it's like
What are you doing?
He's
I
trying
feel
to
like
get
this
in
For
here.
a sparkly jump. If you get a sparkly jump, you get more points.
yeah, it's pretty much a carryover from Sonic 1.
Sorry, back to you then.
But
Oh.
anyway,
Oh no.
oh no.
Sonic, something bad.
Hey, Amy, what's with the light show?
What's going on?
I don't know. It's like something. in
Wait a
the
minute,
sky.
that green aura.
That'll
Damn it! Did my Master Emerald break again?
Wow, animals are feeling cold and dead. Animals are dying. I love how she's like, I don't know, but it feels like some weird plot twist device that is most likely, inexplicably, your fault is causing our whole world to die. Is that correct? It's like,
Oh,
kinda?
poor Amy.
How's it? Well,
It was,
that is.
well, it was
I
kind
mean,
of
great.
Sonic's fault.
Yeah, inadvertently, it was his fault.
Now it's strange that the white space from Generations.
That would actually make sense. Actually, that would have a better explanation for why Eggman is here than what I was led to believe after Generations, which is that I just left. That doesn't make sense. Just left.
It's Sonic, I don't need to explain anything.
Oh jeez.
Whoop.
Your time is almost over, Rash Hedgehog. I shall prepare for you a
Double
lesson
Damon,
in
now I
respect.
can't unhear Dustin Hoffman from the sky now that Jordan brought up.
I
I wasn't looking to brought
told
up.
ya.
Yes!
All right.
We should watch Kung Fu Panda together at some point.
I would watch the
I
whole
wouldn't
trilogy
object.
just so I can show James it.
Yeah, I still haven't watched any of the movies, so I have been missing out.
You'd like the second one. Anyway, so the last level.
To the last level, which is honestly pretty much an amalgamation of the shit you've seen in the second level. Honestly, it's for the best, because let's be fair here, the first level kind of sucked.
Yeah, it did. Hey, look, a pineapple!
A bunch of pineapples.
And it's alive! And it's
the hell?
Alive!
And man, those scratch shooters from I'm trying to remember.
Sonic 2.
Yeah, I know it's Sonic 2. I'm just trying to remember the stage itself. Wing Fortress. Yeah, the scratch
Fortress.
robots from Wing. Yeah, they certainly got a size upgrade.
They, honestly, kind of, yeah.
Yeah, because I remember.
I mean,
them
I
being
remember
quite
the
that
original game,
big.
they were around the same size as Sonic.
But these guys look like they're at least twice his size.
Yeah. Then again, you could also say the same for like the crab meats and no, the motobugs are relatively the same. Oh no, the bat braids, like the bats from the caverns. Those guys are pretty friggin' big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's-
Like, I guess Eggman's definitely raised his funds in recent history because if he's able to make Badniks bigger than and better than ever before.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No longer will he have to worry about being in a recession like he was in Sonic 4, having to rely on nothing but
episode one, anyway.
spikeless bubbles. Well, yeah. Well, to be fair, it was also sort of the case in episode 2 because there were still a few bad cases of bubble bouncing.
Really.
True.
Yeah.
I just thought you meant the excuse of Eggman being in a financial bind.
In that case, class needs
Did we ever answer how he got his money in the first place?
Crowdfunding.
Well, they said it. I was gonna say they said in the end of Generations he went back to get his professor collegiate degree.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right.
he went back to
teaching.
get a teaching degree.
Oh yeah. Well, what does he teach?
Who knows?
Pain. I don't know.
Judging by his, his occupation, he probably taught science.
Judging by his occupation, I would say he taught how to lose to a blue hedgehog on numerous accounts.
I was about to say,
He
I
would be
thought,
the best teacher.
Yeah, he would be one. I can't but think that that would be a college teacher I actually wouldn't mind going to.
But
Come to think
Doctor,
of it-
but Professor Robotnik, how would I manage to defeat a black hedgehog that was having immense firepower on me when I have a machine that can generate missiles and bombs? Well, have you tried making a roulette device that can be activated by your very opponent? That's right! And then, like, and that's how you can foil your own plan. It's like, thank you, Professor
Hey,
Robotnik.
coconuts. Oh, that's your problem. You're talking with Professor Robotnik, not Professor Eggman. Never mind, that was the same character.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Professor Robotnik would be a rather sadistic teacher. I mean, it's not to think about it.
You want me to get cringy? Professor Kintober.
Oh, God. Can we not, please?
Now, real quick, is this
I mean,
Kintober
for-
from Depender's days or the British days?
Don't know.
I'll take the one
I
from
was
the British
thinking about
days.
the Pender days.
Oh, really?
Which I do not miss.
Ow,
those
damn it,
days,
crab
so-
meat.
But
No.
yeah.
Those were the days. Those were the days when it was pretty fucking obvious he was a furry, and Tails was completely baffled as to the whole practice.
Yep.
And it still kind of shocks me, like, just going back a little bit, I remember back after the whole Super Genesis wave, they were revealing that the SatAM characters were getting redesigned. I remember a lot of people were surprisingly, upset with how they changed Sally, and I was like, so you hate the fact that she actually looks like a Sonic character instead of a furry pinup?
Well, I get at that point it's pretty much their nostalgia boner just being toiled with.
I'm so confused.
Yeah, honestly, I don't get the reason behind the change for Sally either. But at the same time, I don't really hate it.
Yeah, I was about to say, honestly, I kind of
It took some time for me to get used to it, but I don't hate it.
Right. I mean, looking back on it, it actually is a really nice redesign.
And like I said, I actually kind of prefer it over the original one.
Well, I would say the original up until Ian Flint took over, where they actually did look a lot better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Glorious to prepare for
And, yeah, you know what? At the very least, we never got Prototype Sally, and I'm kind of pretty thankful for that.
Oh, you mean the pink one from the SatAM pilot?
No, even earlier than that. Back when, like the very first draft of like the SatAM TV show, which had like how should I put this? I think they literally just called her Princess Acorn. It's like how generic.
your lesson begins now.
Also, our game ends now. Only he's easier than the last one.
Yeah, it's honestly not that much harder, but he will try to make an escape, which you got to use your rocket, assuming you're doing it at the right spot.
Yeah. Oh jeez. Well, we'll have to do it that way.
Thank God for these balloons. Thank God for these balloons to catch me. Otherwise, I would be rather hosed.
Indeed. Where is he?
Where is he?
Oh, there he is.
Uh-oh.
There he is. Oh,
Oh,
God.
now he's got more berries!
Hurry, James. Only you can defeat the Fruit Ninja.
Oh God, you're right. Dang it, and I'm allergic to berries.
Ah, I was gonna make you a strawberry banana smoothie!
His remix of the theme isn't too bad.
Well, it's the same remix with all the
Oh
Zeddies.
gosh.
Yeah, this is ugh. Take that, you old bastard. All right, let's see where he is now. Actually, in all fairness, it really doesn't. Well, shit.
Where is he?
Wait, there was a balloon down
That's just
there.
an awkward part.
There.
Oh, thank God.
Thank you.
There he
There you
is.
If those balloons weren't there.
Let's see.
All right, let's see.
Where
Where
are
is he?
you?
Oh
dear.
my god!
Oh, he just ditched the whole thing entirely. He's running away like a pussy.
Oh, there he goes.
Yep.
Bye!
Defeated as the
And now
monster.
insert. And now
He
insert.
defeated as the master.
Yeah.
Sorry, hi.
And now insert the clip of Johnny Storm yelling, "Yes, we beat up an old man!"
God.
That it will take both of us to overcome it.
Whatever. I told you, we can handle the Zeddy by ourselves.
That may be true, but the rebellious swine have gotten hold of a device
Swine.
of mine, and they're using it in ways for which it was never designed.
What was it designed for, Doctor?
What was it?
Point.
I love that.
It was supposed
Just-
to extract energy from our world.
Do the thing.
But the machine is unstable.
What thing?
Full power, it can't be shut off.
Uh-oh.
Drain our world dry.
To be fair, that was part of your design, Eggman.
And you just want to go smash it, don't you?
Well, yeah. What? It's what I do.
Oh, always your answer to everything, Hedgehog. If you wish to create a cataclysmic explosion that will incinerate everything within 100 miles...
You know, considering something that he says later on in the game, that's kind of hypocritical on his
no
part.
off switch?
Yeah.
No, not anymore. I need to get to the machine and reprogram the shutdown sequence. I'll supply the brains. You will supply the brawn I need to get past the Zeti.
Oh,
Except for Tails, because he's clearly the brains too.
Good one,
Yeah.
buddy.
thanks.
Man up, Tails. I don't like working with my most hated enemies any more than you do.
Our bodies
Keep
is
on.
helpful.
Yeah, well, teaming up with you feels like the end of the world, Eggman. I'm gonna want to take a long shower by the
Ha.
time we're done.
Totally not counting all the other times we teamed up together.
Oh, one of them.
So, Sonic. Sonic, you and I still go cool the Olympic Games this summer, right?
Yeah, we cool. Oh, by the way, Sonic, bro to bro, what's up with you and Amy?
That's a double take reference.
Sorry.
Sorry, man.
Bro to bro. So,
Yeah, seriously, that's essentially what they are at this point, but with that said,
I
ladies and
know.
gentlemen. Next comes one of my least favorite worlds in the entire game, the Frozen Factory. Till next time, everybody.
yay! Bye.
Ugh. Bye.
Bye.